terms of preparation, this year we really started preparing at the end of last year's race. Last year's race was a 12-hour race, this is a 25-hour race, so more than twice the distance. So we took basically the 12-hour-old car and then continued to run it in races during the year. Then we built a brand new car with all those components new. Commitment.
We've been focused only on one thing all year. We haven't been focused on a sprint race series or this championship. We've only been focusing on today, so we haven't been sidetracked by anything else. Teamwork.
The last year we have problem with the gearbox, right? And this year we have like a 3 new driver, so we need to teach them how to take care of the gearbox, right? Yeah. Efficiency.
So this is a very unique opportunity to be able to race in Thailand, which is an extremely challenging event to endure and finish. So it's going to be very exciting. Passion.
Well, it's my first endurance for one. It's just really exciting to be over here, overseas competing, to come over and just to absorb everything over here and add it to experiences. Yeah, it's really important to me. Excitement.
เป้าหมายหลักๆก็คืออยากจะวิ่งให้จบการแข่งขันนะครับโดยมีตำแหน่งที่ดีในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้นะครับถือว่าเตรียมพร้อมมาทั้งปีเลยนะครับก็ถือว่าครั้งนี้สำคัญมากครับสำหรับผม
Power. From an engineering perspective, endurance racing is just kind of a more interesting challenge than normal racing because there's more problems to solve, more issues to deal with. There's a certain craft to endurance racing which is different from normal sprint racing.
A lot of cars much slower than us. Part of that will be dealing with the traffic will probably be the hardest challenge today.
So for us, we need to get our brand out there, and this is one way to do it. But also using the product in the fuel in a race environment, especially in a 25-hour event, is one of the best ways that we can get, first of all, some testing done, but some recognition as well. Noise, noise, and more noise.
Between everything and success this time. Okay. Good luck. Good luck.
Make less mistakes than everybody else. Prepare for what could go wrong. And that's what we've been doing all year. Preparing the car for the race, so it's a lot of small changes, different rear brake package, a little more camber on the rear, better cooling systems for the gearbox, different brake package, ergonomics of the vehicle, much easier for the driver.
The car is a Mazda 2 diesel. It's a 1500cc turbocharged diesel engine. It has about 215 horsepower in the trim that we run it in endurance.
So it's a touch under 200 kilometres an hour coming down into turn 3, so the long straight.
Bringing in Billy from the US with an extensive Le Mans Spa 24-hour experience of the night. With Mana, extensive nighttime experience, we'll utilise their skills during the night, where Jackson and myself focus more on the daylight.
I believe our stints in this Mazda 2 are roughly 2 hours, depending on if there's any full course cautions. But yeah, between fuel and tires, about 2 hours per stint.
We will probably, though, download some data at each pit stop. We monitor the fuel that we put into the car by weighing it. So we continually recalculate our fuel consumption prediction for the next stop.
การแข่งครั้งนี้ทางเราแผนไว้ว่าน่าจะมีประมาณ 1,000 ลิตรขึ้นนะครับ
So Mike, you were the first person out in the car. How do things go? traffic was a little bit difficult there for a couple of laps, but no, the car ran really well, exactly 100% the plan.
So initially we started pretty well, but in the end of the second stint we lost an engine which was due to an over-rev. The driver just basically selected the wrong gear and over-revved the engine quite badly, and then failed about 2 laps after that. So then we had to change the engine, which we did, I think, pretty well. The boys did a great job. Changed it in just over an hour. But the engine we put in had some still undefined problem in the hardware or the wiring, and it basically drove out of pit lane and immediately failed, which has never happened to us before, and it's clearly not actually an engine problem. It's something to do with the electronics, the wiring, the other hardware associated with the peripherals.
Now we're back out. We did about 6 laps so far. Car sounds really good, looks really good for now. Now we got Billy Johnson in the vehicle, and we'll probably get him out for about an hour. And then bring it back, check the data, make sure it's all good. Then after that, after his stint, we'll probably switch to Jackson.
So everything looks very promising now.
So far so good. So far so good.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thanks for your time. Had a gearbox problem. Gearbox, I'd say, is the weakest point of the car and always a difficulty for us. So we're probably in some ways still developing the optimal solution there. So we got quite a few hours out of it and had done quite a bit of practice, but eventually it failed in kind of the way that we're used to it failing. So we had to change that. And then at the same time, unfortunately, when we lost one of the engines, the conrod damaged the starter motor when it came out the side of the block. So then one of the stops we came in for, we couldn't get the car started. And so we thought, well, if you're going to keep going, you've got to change the starter motor. So we did that, and that's relatively tricky because it's down the front of the engine. You've got to be careful you don't damage the radiator and a few other parts that are a bit delicate. So now been running for, I think, about 6 or 7 hours. A long way behind, obviously, but the car's running around pretty nicely now.
Engine blew up. Copy radio check. Please talk slower.
They've worked really hard, and obviously changing an engine in an hour and 10 minutes like that's an astoundingly good effort. It's not a simple engine or a simple installation. The drivers are reporting back that everything feels okay. Obviously we're not actually anywhere in the race, so everybody's making sure that they do actually enjoy themselves out there. And young Jackson Rice was out there for an hour and a half, and he must have passed 100 cars. Seriously, it was like 3 or 4 cars per lap, and he had an absolute ball and did a great job. We're just running around till the end. We'd do as good a job as we can. We won't deliberately abuse the car, but there's not a serious position for us.
So, how do you feel now the endurance race is finished?
Tired and relieved would be the ones that I'd use, but it's been a very good experience. You always get a certain sense of satisfaction to getting to the end, and actually still having the car running at the end was good and handled the pressure pretty well. We're all obviously quite tired, but overall it's been a very good team performance.
We are all tired, but we're happy because of everybody have the same goal to finish the race at the end. So we try to do everything we can do to push the car back to the track and finish the race.
Man, these 25-hour races are never easy, and this race was no different. We had a great car. Unfortunately, some issues reared their ugly head during the race, but their hard work paid off, and we were able to finish the race and bring it home across the finish line.
It's a massive credit to the guys and the team for like what we had to go through to get the car to the end was just massive. I mean, the boys put 2 engines in, 2 gearboxes, just a massive amount of work. But I mean, the car we finished were one of the ones that actually did finish. There's a lot of cars that didn't. It's not the result that we came here for, that we wanted, but I mean, it gives you drive for next year. Yeah, well, fantastic. It's fantastic, yeah.
Mechanic, driver, and the manager team, everybody you make in the 100% every time. This is my team. I love this team. This is my team, and they're better. It's fine, however.
We had a lot of issues that we had to deal with, unexpected, totally unexpected after all the work we've done all year to lead up. Yeah, the guys were amazing to keep going back and fine-tuning the car and getting all the little issues out of the way. I can't say enough to them, man. What a team. That's a real team.
We lost 7 hours sitting in the garage, so yeah, that was it. Yeah, 7 hours lost. When the race finished, over the radio to the guys, I just said, what could have been, because when the car was running, it's extremely fast. The last 6 hours, we were the fastest car on the track. The team, who just kept having problem after problem and would change engine after engine, gearbox after gearbox, with a smile on their face, and that's the team. The DNA is just fantastic. So yeah.
What do you think of the event itself?
Fantastic, it's world class, and I've already spoke to the organiser to come to say hi after the race, and I promised it will be back. Commitment. Teamwork.
Passion, precision.
Speed.
Champion.
determination. Fueltreat.